Hey, Mark with MD Custom Fly Rods here. Just doing some turning this evening on some reel seats, and also getting ready to do some grips. And I've really got me thinking just on the cost of doing some of this work and doing it on my own, or you doing it on your own. So I decided to go a little bit and go over it for you. Just as a basic guidelines, if you go and get yourself a blank, let's say from Mud Hole or someplace like that, or get online and go over to NorthFork Composites and get yourself a Loomis blank. Let's just go with a good roundabout number on a good composite blank. Let's say a good one, middle of the road, between 100, 125. Let's go with, let's say $120. That's roughly right there. And then get online and you also buy yourself a set of guides. Go with some basic snake guides with your tippy top, everything you need to go with it. Those are fairly inexpensive if you go with some of the nice wire weight ones. If you're going to build yourself a nice starter rod or a rod that you want to give to somebody or you want to sell for your first one, and you are, what is this dog eating? Leave it. You want to maybe sell, and so you're maybe talking $15. That will give you a set baked in cost of, what's that, $135. That's baked in. You're not going to be able to change it. You're not going to be able to do anything else with it. That is what it is. If you want to try to make a profit at it, or you want to try to gain a little bit more with it and get a little bit ahead, you're going to need to step back and go to the lathe. It really is. That's where you're going to make your profit and everything else. But you're going to need to start where you're figuring in on your time. Because if you go, and let's start with the reel seat. A reel seat, let's say you want to go out and buy yourself a reel seat. You go out there and a real cheap reel seat is going to run you, a cheap aluminum one's what, $10, $15? Do you really want to put a cheap aluminum one on there that has somebody else's logo on it? A expensive, or well, let's say you want to go to a carbon fiber one. Once again, you can get an inexpensive carbon fiber one that has the aluminum ends on there, and now you're talking maybe $30. But if this is a gift or something that you're going to sell that somebody has in mind, something people are going to want something a little bit nicer than a $30 one that they might find on like a inexpensive Fenwick or something like that that can pick up at one of the big box stores. So you're looking at maybe some of the higher end reel seats, and some of those can go upwards of $60. But maybe let's say you find one on sale on clearance on one of some of the nice good websites that do run some good clearances, and you find one for, let's say, $50. So you get a good oak, good hardwood, or good burl wood, or good burl cherry wood reel seat, $50. Next thing you got to go to is you're going to be looking at is your grip. Your grip, once again, not expensive. You can go old plain Jane, that's $10, $15, $20 for grade A, double A, quadruple A. There's not a big difference in the corks. There is some a little bit there, but there is no scale out there that says one is better than the other. That is just what the manufacturer is going to call their own. So a grade AA may be the same as a quadruple A with another manufacturer. You just got to buy. your cork from, or you got to buy your cork grip from a reputable manufacturer. So that being said, you go back out, you look, you might be able to find some on sale. You go with plain Jane, $10, looking around. But once again, do you want to go plain Jane? You can buy a carbon fiber one, plain Jane carbon fiber. That's you can get a basic carbon fiber one for around that $30, but a good carbon fiber one's going to run you 35, not 35, but yeah, maybe 35, 40. A good carbon fiber one might run you $50. None of this is including all your shipping or anything. So let's just say on that $40, but you want to go with a good cork one because you may be going with more of a classic type of a setup on a build. So, but you're going cork. So you maybe want a little bit more decorative of a cork. So maybe 2 colors, maybe with some banding and some rubber gripping on there, some banding on the bottom of it. And it's all set and it's ready to go. So you can go and call that out. So let's just call that once again on some of those higher end cork grips. They're $65, $68. Once again, buy it on sale. Let's say $50. So we're back at that initial setup of, was it $135, which we can't change no matter what, for the blank and our guides. We got 50 in on the real seats, and then another, let's say another 50 in on the grip. And let's say you already have your epoxy, you got free shipping on all this because you're able to find everything at the same place, and you got free shipping. And they threw in, your thread, so you didn't have to buy anything on your threading. You had everything you needed. So there you're looking at what, $235? Not horrible. You're going to get one heck of a rod out of it for $235. However, going the route of turning your own cork grips and your own reel seats. Wood is not all that expensive on your reel seats. I found a good local source of, and it actually is odd because I found it, incidentally, I get a hold of several of the guys that do lawn tree trimming. And whenever they go and do tree trimming, if they have something burly, some sort of burly wood that's not really good to be used for firewood because it's a big chunk of nothing, they give me a call and they run it on by me, and I give them $5 for the big old logs, which I can get maybe 20, 25 reel seats out of. The hardware for the reel seats, I buy them in bulks of 10, which come with all of your hardware and everything else. They're $5 for your locking, go for your up locking, down locking, all your basic hardware, everything you need to do it. So I'm looking at maybe $6 to make a custom reel seat. My cork grip, well, I just showed you this. This is, it's homemade, just use PVC for help aligning. You got your wood glue and your everything set on up and everything glues together. And this will just go on into that. If anybody needs help on showing how to make one of these or looking to have one made just for making your own cork grips, this I found is the easiest way to get and perfectly align making cork grips and have it ready to go into your lathe. Easy, fast, no hassles, no mess, no drips. It's the easiest way I found. I've messed around with a lot of different ones, trust me. But a package of buying the full thing of cork, you can if you had to and just use the entire package, you can get 6 grips out of it. For the high-end stuff is $35. The low-end stuff is $25. So let's call it $30. Probably less than that. So you're talking $5 per grip custom making it, but I get in slicing and doing and cutting and mixing with some other stuff, and sometimes epoxy rings go in, sometimes rubber rings go in, and moving stuff around. So maybe calling between, but everything all mixed together, putting on in. So if we're starting once again with our initial $135 for that blank and guides, but now I'm turning my own reel seat and turning my own cork grip, I'm now down to, with everything else that I've done other than my time, instead of a $235 into that rod, I've got maybe $150 into that rod. And also the difference also is, at no point will anybody ever come up and say, I've got a rod built just like that. Nobody will ever say it to you. Nobody will ever say it to your customer. More likely, if you take the time and slow yourself on down and work with your customer, or work with whoever you're building the rod for, or if you're working to build it for yourself, people are just going to love how it comes on out. It will be unique, it'll be for you, and it'll mean more to you. So, any questions, comments, email me, get a hold of me. I'll be glad to walk you through it. If you need help with a clamp for your cork rings, let me know. I can help you with that as well. So, look me up. We're at emdecustoms.com. Got our website up and going now. You can look me up and email me at emdecustoms@gmail.com, and also on the Instagrams now. Doing a lot of Instagram posts just because it's so crazy. And sorry, it's been a while. Just traveling. Had to do surgery on my hip, or got another one kind of coming up. Dealing with the VA. That's always fun. But take friends and family out fishing. There for your good mental health, and see you on the next one. Bye.